Weekend lockdowns, travel bans, closing businesses and staying home. These measures to contain the coronavirus across Turkey have led to an increase in attempts by cyber criminals to exploit people, as many sought to make payments online. The government says phishing sites imitating government institutions, corporations or banks have tripled in 2 months. Film director Murat Uygur clicked on what appeared to be a sponsored advertisement for his bank on Instagram that promised a 5-year credit card fee refund.
I thought I was using my bank's app. I even received a security code. I'm kind of an obsessive person. So I called the bank to check whether my application was on track. To my surprise, it was all fake. The bank said I got swindled. They froze my accounts, cancelled my cards, but $1,600 were already gone.
To launch legal proceedings against such operations in Turkey, police need the approval of a judge, but courts have been closed since late March and will not reopen before mid-June. And that's believed to have encouraged the phishing criminals.
During the COVID crisis, phishing sites have been exploiting the need for government aid and schemes set up to support the Stay Home campaign. So they're imitating the most trusted platform, the e-State app, which people use to apply for state aid. But the real app never asks you for your payment details.
Istanbul police say they dealt with 30,000 cybercrime cases in 2019, but in the first 5 months this year, the number reached 20,000. The internet makes it easy for phishing criminals to operate from servers abroad. Cyber police says as more people use e-commerce, digital crimes are rising. They say they are doing their best to catch phishing swindlers, but the most effective defense is a security-conscious end user. 68% of people in Turkey spend an average of nearly 3 hours a day on social media. And while other forms of crime have fallen by a quarter during the pandemic, it's helping cybercrimes escalate. Sinem, Koseoglu, Jazeera, Istanbul.
Well, since countries imposed lockdown measures, street crime has declined, but in other areas, criminal activity has increased. The UN says cybercrime is on the rise and it's reported a 600% rise in malicious emails. Well, in March, Europol and Interpol seized 34,000 counterfeit surgical masks. There's also been an increase in violence against women. The UN registered a 60% rise in calls reporting domestic abuse. And Asian people are being blamed by some for the spread of COVID-19. UK police say attacks against the community have increased threefold. But David Wall is the chair in criminology at the University of Leeds School of Law in the UK, and he's joining us now. Thanks very much indeed for being on the programme. How significant is the fact that the criminals seem to be able to react so quickly to a situation like COVID-19?
That's a good question. I think this is not actually new. The criminals have been very adaptive to prominent news items for quite a number of years now, but the COVID-19 has drawn everything together in quite a sort of condensed fashion, and people are very concerned, and a much broader range of people are very concerned about this. We saw spikes, for instance, in the tsunami back in 2004. We saw spikes, Michael Jackson's death, Patrick Swayze's death through cancer. So these things happen all the time, but we've not seen such a volume of change since COVID.
We heard a couple of examples in Sinem's report that just there related particularly to banking, but how are criminals using COVID-19 and the concerns around that to scam people at home?
Well, basically, the first approach is to send out spams, which are based on the COVID-19 virus themes, and they're just designed to get you to respond, to give your personal information or open malicious attachments or links to websites that may be bogus or may have malicious software. And the idea there is that will then get you into an economic crime to be defrauded, or they're trying to get entry into your business system because a lot of people are working at home. Some very inventive ones. I mean, free passes to Netflix. I mean, the whole teenage population of the world would love that. And we found another one, apps, download this app and you get a supply of COVID-19 safety masks, but you have to give your credit cards, as with the free Netflix passes, and you have to give your personal information. The other one that seems to be very, very almost professionally done is the fake goodwill payments from the government, or the tax returns from the tax rebates from Her Majesty's tax.
It sounds like we're going to all have to be a lot more careful when it comes to looking at our emails. David Wall, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.